Kitchener's Adventures in Paradise. Starring Gardner McKay as Adam Troy. With James Holden as Clay Baker. A Penny a Day. Guest stars, Thomas Mitchell, Estelle Winwood, Reginald Denny.
$48, $49, $50.
150 pounds, that's $420. Passage for two to Tahiti. You didn't have to come all the way down here just to make payment.
Father didn't want any possible mischance.
Listen, about your father, you know, the Tiki isn't exactly a cruise ship. I mean...
He doesn't want a cruise ship. He wants a schooner. You don't know how he saved and scraped for this. No, Captain Troy, my father wants to sail to the Blessed Isles on the Tiki, not a cruise ship. Forgive me, I have no right to impose.
I understand.
Do you, Captain? I mean, you've been so kind. We'll send the trunks down.
You'll want to sail today?
This afternoon. It's Father's last at the bank.
Thank you, Mrs. Riley.
£6.10. Thank you, Mr. Murchison.
Closing time for lunch. Business will be resumed in 1 hour.
I say, Willis.
Yes, Mr. Nisby.
You're wanted in Mr. Bartlett's office.
Thank you.
You two Harris and Legs into Mr. Bartlett's office with you.
"20 years is quite a large segment out of a man's life, isn't it, Willis?
Yes, sir.
And yet I remember the day you first came to us.
19 years, 3 months, and 5 days ago.
I remember it very clearly. You came out from England with your motherless daughter, 6 years old, I believe she was.
This was going to be our first stop. We were going to cruise the South Seas, little Sybil and me. But this is as far as we got. Now Sybil is 26 and, well...
And today's your last day with the Traders and Wool Exchange Bank of Wellington. Hubert G. Willis, you have served us faithfully, honorably, and well for 19 years, 3 months, and...
5 days.
5 days. We are conscious of the reasons of health which forced you to leave us before reaching the 20-year goal. May your remaining days be filled with happiness.
Yeah, yeah.
Masonby.
Nason.
Oh, yes, Naseby, yes, of course. I hope that you will always carry this little memento of our long association. Hubert G. Willis, it is my privilege to present you with this gold watch, 21 jewels, shockproof, on behalf of the bank.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Speech.
Mr. Bartlett. Mr. Nasonby, good friends. Oh, thank you. Mr. Bartlett, when my time comes, your time will be tucked in my waistcoat. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Daddy, I can hardly believe it. This just doesn't happen to ordinary people.
Not ordinary people, but people like us. Now, are you sure you packed everything?
Mm-hmm. Except the satchel. I didn't have the key to get at it. Daddy, I've often wondered, you working in a bank and all, why haven't you put our savings in the bank?
Perhaps it's because I do work in a bank. Think of it, girl. We'll be the only passengers. Like having our own private yacht. Cook Islands, Astrald Islands, New Year's in Tahiti.
I've dreamed about it since I was a little girl.
Well, I'll make it up to you for all those lean years.
The trip's for you too, Daddy.
I want you to be ready to face the world. I'd like you to be happy before I...
No, please don't say that. You're going to get well. I know it. I'll get it.
Hello, Sybil, dear.
Miss Meg, Mr. Harrow, do come in.
Hubie, well, this is a surprise. Going somewhere?
Bit of a holiday, what?
Go on, my dear. Finish your last-minute shopping. I'll join you at the ship.
Very well, Daddy. Goodbye, Miss Meg, Mr. Harrow.
Pity you didn't come earlier. We could have had a little talk.
You can spare us a few minutes.
Well, I'm on a rather tight schedule, but if it's important...
It's vital, Hubie.
We know about the money you pinched from the bank.
What?
Don't waste time in denials. We've both watched you steal £2 a day for over 19 years.
I see. Why didn't you tell Mr. Bartlett?
Loyalty, Hubie. Friendship.
Besides, we approved.
The take must be £10,000.
It divides into 3 shares of £3,333, 6 shillings and 8 pence each.
What do you mean, 3 shares?
The price of silence, old boy.
But I took all the risk. All you did was wait till I had the job done. And now you want 2/3?
Without our silence, you'd be in jail right now.
The answer is no. If you need money, go pinch your own. All right. This hits me where it hurts most, but I insist. It must be split 4 ways.
Why for?
Sybil, you two, me.
Not ethical, Hubie. You know, 3 shares or the police.
No. Not the police. The money's in there.
Well, open it, Hubie. After you, my dear.
Dear me, Mr. Harrow. Hubert! Hubert!
Ta-ta! You crooks.
Hubert! Hubert!
me for having fun. It's great up here, the sea all around, breeze. I wish she could enter into shipboard life a little more.
She says she's enjoying herself.
Truth is, I failed her. Never learned to live.
Maybe she wants to live differently than you or me.
No. She's a plain girl, and she makes it worse by being shy. She can't talk to men under 50.
Oh, come on, cheer up. Want to take the wheel?
Maybe later.
Want me to take over now, Skipper?
No, I'll hold her. You go talk to Sybil.
What'll I talk about?
What do you usually talk about to a girl?
You know I can't talk that way to her.
You're going over there and you're going to act like she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
But, Skipper...
That's an order.
Having a good time, Miss Willis?
Yes.
Nice day.
Yes.
Weather ought to hold fair clear to Balamiki.
Yes. Did you know that Tahiti is shaped like a figure 8? The area is 402 square miles.
Very interesting.
Papeete, also known as Vaiate, is the seat of the French government in the Society Islands. The population is approximately 16,000. The population of Tahiti itself is 30,000. Exports include sugar, vanilla, phosphates, and copra. Queen Pomeré IV accepted a French protectorate in 1847, and the last king, Pomeré V, abdicated in 1980.
Oh, would you excuse me while I go tell the captain? He'd sure be glad to know about that.
Would he really?
Oh, sure, sure. He'd be interested because you're interested. He thinks you're quite a girl.
I never got that impression.
Well, that's because he's the reserve type, but take it from me, he thinks you're top drawer. Well, I guess I better get on the ball. See you later.
Just how did you discover this shortage, Mr. Bartlett?
I suppose you could say that a customer brought it to our attention. A week ago, yesterday, Mr. Omar...
Murchison, sir.
Oh, yes, of course. Omar Murchison stormed into my office. He was most abusive. We were trying to steal the gold from his teeth, he said.
Murchison had a time contract for the purchase of an automobile. His receipt showed he had paid in £50 more than we had credited to his account.
We ran a check and found that many other accounts were in a similar condition.
The shortage was £10,000 in round figures.
All since your last audit?
Oh, no. It extended over a period of nearly 20 years.
20 years? You mean to tell me that none of this ever showed up in the other audits?
The thieves were quite clever, Mr. Calloway. They took small amounts regularly. They operated on the theory that most people accept the bank's calculations as accurate. If they have to pay out a bit more than anticipated, they assume their private arithmetic was faulty.
But surely you can check deposit slips, get the initials of the teller responsible.
Well, not really. The guilty one used the initials of a different teller for each transaction. In other words, you can say that the initials of every teller must appear on dozens of suspect deposit slips.
Any particular suspicious suspects?
I think so. 2 weeks ago, two of our veteran tellers, Lolita Meggs and Winston Harrow, quit without notice on the same day.
It was quite a shock, Mr. Calloway. Both Meggs and Harrow were due for the Gold Award within the year.
We checked their homes and they've both moved out, bag and baggage.
Can you give me descriptions?
Oh, yes, and photographs. I do hope you can find them for us.
Well, you can be sure I'll try.
See anything, Lolita?
Nothing.
Oh, we prowled this blasted island for days and not a sign of them. Nobody knows if the tiki will ever return here.
The dock office at Wellington said the tiki was chartered out of this port.
Yes, but suppose they changed their minds and went to Samoa.
Back up, will you?
We shouldn't have spent all that money on steamship tickets.
You added it to his account, didn't you?
Oh, yes, yes. As of now, he owes us £3,413, 7 shillings and 6 each. But what good is that if we can't collect?
We'll collect.
Oh, girl, we can't hold out much longer. Our money will be gone. I could do with a glass of sherry.
It's sherry every day that's making you bilious. Why can't you drink tea like a proper Wellingtonian? Winnie, we're a couple of idiots.
We are?
They could have come to Tahiti without returning to Valiniki. There are villages along the north coast, clear to Point Venus.
Where old Captain Cook stopped.
If it's good enough for Captain Cook, it's good enough for anybody. We'll hire a car.
Hire a car? Oh, that'll cost at least a couple of quid a day.
We've got to chance it, old boy. Come on.
Beautiful night.
It is.
Well, we'll be in Papeete tomorrow. I hope your father likes the town. You know, he's got more energy than a regiment of commandos.
He likes you, too.
I think he's had a happy trip. Aside, of course, from his worry about you.
Over me?
Well, I don't mean to be too personal.
Oh, no. No, you can say anything you like to me.
Well, you see, he wants to see that you're properly taken care of.
I know. I want that, too. More than I can say.
Well, he's got the feeling that you're going to end up, lonely.
I've been lonely as long as I can remember.
That seems hard to explain with a man like your father around.
Oh, Daddy's been wonderful, but a girl needs someone younger to care about her.
You mean you've never had any friends your own age?
No. But if you could help me...
I'll do anything I can, Sybil.
It's just as hard for you as it is for me, isn't it? Two shy people.
Shy?
You want to tell each other how you feel, but you just can't. It's locked inside.
Sybil, I think...
No, Adam. I'm going to say it. I like you.
Sybil, I think you misunderstood me. I think you're a fine girl, but...
Yes, I know. Fine girl for somebody else.
I didn't want to hurt her.
Well, for a moment or two, I hope you were interested in her.
I didn't want to give her the wrong impression.
You didn't. Just my wishful thinking. After all, why should you want her?
Well, perhaps not me, but I know somebody would.
Not the way she is. She's headed down a straight and narrow path to spinsterhood. There's something drastic happened. Adam, something drastic will happen. You take my word for it.
They passed through customs just a few days ago. This man, Harrow, he has the anonymous look of any other middle-aged British clerical worker. But the woman, she's magnificently ugly. Is it not so?
Battle axe type, all right. But don't let Harrow fool you. The two of them embezzled £10,000 from the Traders and Wool Exchange Bank of Wellington.
10,000 New Zealand pounds. That is 2,400,000 Tahitian francs, 28,000 American dollars. Wait. Now that you say so, there is a certain craftiness about the eyes. This Meg's... How incongruous a name. Lolita Meg's. The war against crime, it is strenuous, eh?
Whatever possessed you to hire this awful car? Why, it's older than I am.
It was the cheapest I could get, but the man assured me it was reliable.
Reliable. A flat tire after 5 minutes on the road. Winnie, the world is full of crooks. You can't trust anybody.
Oh, well, I suppose I'll have to put on the spare.
I suppose.
Tahiti ahead.
How soon do we get in?
About 2 hours. The dream's about to come true.
Well, I've got to make sure it doesn't turn into a nightmare for her.
Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me, Father?
Well, now, don't ask questions, my dear. You'll find out. Come on.
Man, oh man. Now that's class. Real class. Sybil, you look terrific.
Hello, Sybil.
Good evening.
Sorry to be late. Our little expedition took longer than I expected.
Well, it was sure worth it.
Sybil, would you care to dance with me?
No, thank you, Captain Troy.
How about a dance with me?
I'd love to, Clay.
Forgive her for being rude.
Can't blame her under the circumstances.
She seems to have made a conquest of Clay.
It'll help give her confidence.
Bonjour, cher Adam. Comment ça va?
Pas mal. Ça va?
Fortunate to meet you here. Oh, pardon. Captain Troy, Mr. Kellaway.
How do you do? Kellaway. Mr. Willis, this is Inspector Bouchard.
Enchanté.
And Mr. Kellaway. Sir? Wait or 2 chairs. You'll have something to drink, of course.
Of course. Champagne.
And a bottle of champagne.
I have been telling my friend about you, that in your travel about the islands, you might be of assistance to him.
Right.
Inspector told me you're familiar with the islands.
As much as anyone, I guess.
I'm looking for 2 persons who are somewhere in Tahiti. Winston Harrow and Lolita Meggs.
Meggs and Harrow?
You know them, sir?
We worked at the same bank for nearly 20 years. My daughter, Sybil, Inspector Bouchard. Mr. Kellaway, Mr. Baker.
I'm delighted.
So am I.
We're both from Wellington, but we had to come all the way to Tahiti to meet.
Amazing, isn't it?
Now, Sybil, I'll try again. May I have a dance with you?
Do, Sybil. I want to talk to the inspector and Mr. Kellaway.
Thank you.
Lovely girl, your daughter.
I think so. What about Meggs and Harrow?
I can't get over it. Living in the same town and never meeting.
Tony, you have my complete understanding and your admiration of beauty. But the investigation...
You were talking about Meggs and Harrow. What about them?
Oh, yes. They embezzled 10,000 quid from the bank in New Zealand.
Are you sure of that?
It seems that way, sir.
But let us not permit crime to interfere with our enjoyment.
Amen.
I don't know why you asked me to dance. I'm not a good dancer.
You like this Kellaway, don't you?
Why do you ask? You aren't interested in me.
I'm happy I brought you out here before you threw yourself out.
What did I do?
You acted like a kid who just seen her first Christmas tree.
Well, I can't hide my feelings. I mean, how dare you?
Can I come aboard?
You already are. Come on in. Don't waste any time.
Good morning.
Sit down, Tony.
Sybil will be down in just a minute.
No rush.
What's your agenda for today?
Well, I figured I'd show Sybil the town, and after lunch I thought she'd enjoy a drive out to some of the villages.
What about crime? Giving Meggs and Harrow a holiday?
Some things are more important than crime.
I won't tell the bank you said that.
So don't you worry. In this lovely weather, you'll soon feel as good as new.
I hope so, Tony. Daddy likes you, too. He says you're a good, solid young man. Only he wishes you made your living some other way.
Doesn't he like detectives?
Yes, Daddy says they're all right. But he says they're such suspicious types.
Do you always agree with your father, Sybil?
No, Tony. Not always.
There she is, Winnie.
Our money almost within reach. As of now, he owes us each £3,506, 4 shillings and 3pence.
Winnie, look. One of the sailors. Perhaps it's the captain.
He doesn't look like one.
I don't care who he is if he can get us on board. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo, Captain! We were admiring your lovely ship, Captain. May we give you a lift into town?
Well, thanks for the promotion, ma'am. I'm the first mate, but I'd be grateful for the ride anyway.
Oh, jump in, old boy. I know some people think that sailoring is rather romantic, but it is quite hard work, isn't it?
Hard work and low pay. I imagine you boys are always looking for an extra quid or two.
To spend on shore leave, you know.
You making me an offer?
Oh, a legitimate one, of course. We'd love to board your beautiful craft.
Oh, well, a tiki's kind of little, but there's a French corvette out in the harbor. They have visiting days. You get a lot more for your money.
But that's a warship.
And we're pacifists.
I see.
Now, your ship, if we could just look her over.
We'd give you a couple of quid.
Really?
Of course, we'd like to tour when no one is on board.
What?
You see, I'm a yachtsman, and I'm studying small craft with an idea to designing the perfect one myself.
No kidding.
Having people around interrupts his concentration.
Sorry I couldn't help, folks, but thanks for the ride. Hiya, Sybil.
Clay Baker, where did you come from?
Oh, wow. 2 real oddballs just gave me a ride. Sounded like they were from your neck of the woods. Where's Tony?
I happened to mention I liked orchids, and he rushed right in there to buy me some.
You're doing pretty good.
Hello there, Clay.
Hi.
Seems we've just left you.
I get it. I'm just about to leave you. Have fun.
He's a good type.
Salt of the earth.
So's his captain. Quite an attractive chap, too.
You know, Tony, I once thought I was in love with Adam.
Oh? When was that?
A long time ago, before I grew up.
I didn't realize he was a friend of the family.
He is.
How do you feel about him now?
Uncomfortable. The most important thing I feel in a relationship, Tony, is comfort. It's nice to be with a person one feels completely at ease with.
I do hope you feel at ease with me, Sybil.
I hope you won't feel me too forward if I say I have never felt so completely at ease with anybody before.
Let me buy you some more orchids.
Oh.
He wouldn't be in a dive like this.
Might as well take a chance.
Native on our money.
Oh, back up, Lolita. Yep.
pot of tea.
My friends, thank you.
Hubert?
We've combed the island for you. Do you realize all the expense you put us to? Ship tickets, car, hotel.
We demand our money.
My money. But go ahead and demand. Won't do you any good. Of all the cheek. I'd advise both of you to leave the island before you're arrested.
Arrested for what?
Sybil's in love with a detective.
She's gone out of her class.
A detective who's looking for you. The bank thinks you two pinched the money.
He can't do anything to us. We'll just point the finger of guilt at you.
If you even open your mouths, you'll be arrested as accessories to the crime.
Preposterous.
You became accessories when you failed to turn me in.
I believe he's right, Lolita.
You bet I might. They could send all three of us to jail. But I wouldn't care. I won't live long enough to serve time. But you two, you're healthy. You'll have years behind bars. Cheer up. Oh, just for old time's sake, I'll leave enough for you to pay the check.
Winnie, we must kill Hubert.
What?
A third of 10,000 quid won't compensate us for the time, effort, and expense we've been through.
Yes, but
if we get rid of Hubert, then there is one partner less. Don't you think that makes good sense?
I'm surprised you'd ever think of such a thing.
You'd think of it.
Daddy, you should have seen the village. Tall, graceful coconut palms and a perfect beach.
Chief invited us all for a feast.
It was not pardon, Monsieur Calloway.
yes.
Inspector Bouchard wishes you to know the two people you seek have been seen in the city, along the waterfront.
Thank the inspector for me.
Tony, you're not going out after them this minute, are you?
Not till after tea, at least.
If you find them, you'll have to take them back to New Zealand.
No, don't worry. Nothing's going to stop us from having New Year's Eve together.
You're a bit late, old girl.
Forgive me, Winnie. Oh, the glass is empty. We must drink to victory.
Victory?
I just come back from Ballymeeky. The good ship Tiki rests there unguarded and completely vulnerable.
You mean there's no one on board?
Absolutely no one. What's left of the 10,000 quid is practically in our hands. That's why I say we must drink to victory. Glass of sherry, please. My treat, Winnie.
Thank you, dear. You'll find the sugar right behind you, Lily.
Drink hearty. So you've drunk it?
Shouldn't I have?
No.
Oh, I see you drunk all your tea.
I shouldn't have.
No. You see, Lolita, I knew about that bottle in your bag, and when you started talking about eliminating partners, I knew there'd be no end to it. So I had a little bonbon all ready myself.
Surely, Winnie, you can't leave me here like this.
Oh, of course not, my dear. No, there's a door in the back that leads out onto a pier. I'm going to take you there and push you into the water. You know, they'll think we're island sweethearts.
Dash it all, Winnie, you've gone native.
Here we go. That's all right. Just a little blocker. Should be all right.
Twice to the left will do it.
Oh, thanks, old boy. What? Oh, don't shoot. Eubie, please. Don't shoot.
Pick up the satchel, Winnie.
Fancy meeting you here, Mr. Harrow. You've absolutely no right to hold me. What I did was out of loyalty to the Traders and Wool Exchange Bank of Wellington. He's your thief, not I.
How dare you, Mr. Harrow? And in front of all these people.
The truth and I make a majority. I'd be upheld in any court.
And you, Adam, have you nothing to say?
I want to go on record, Inspector. Mr. Willis is the most decent man I've ever met.
Decent? Yes. Honest? No.
Daddy, you don't know what you're saying.
I'm saying that I wasn't saving that money I brought home regularly and hid in the satchel. I was stealing it.
I don't believe it.
I'm afraid it's true, my darling.
I'm rather looking forward to the unique experience of being the central figure in a big criminal trial.
Oh, Daddy.
You're Sybil's father, sir. It goes against the grain, but I must take you back to New Zealand.
And if you did not, I assure you I would return by myself.
Well, don't worry about Sybil, sir. I'll take care of her. We're going to be married.
It seems so disloyal under the circumstances.
Now, look at it this way, Sybil. No matter what the verdict, I win, After all, they never complete one of these trials in less than 6 months. No, don't you worry, dear. Things couldn't have turned out better if I planned it myself.
Now, sir, will you please unfasten this contraption? Everybody can see that I stand vindicated, and if there's a reward out for the return of that money to the bank, I claim it here and now.
Oh, monsieur, not so fast.
I insist. You've no grounds on which to hold me.
Oh, shall we try attempted murder?
Attempted?
There you are, Winston Harrow, you double-dealing scoundrel.
Control yourself, Lolita.
They fished me out of the sea where you tossed me.
For heaven's sake, Lolita, shut up. You'll incriminate us both.
Dash the incrimination. Having my stomach pumped out these last few hours, I'm not in the mood to despise misery.
Would you care to make a statement, Miss Meigs?
I certainly would. He tried to kill me.
She tried to kill me first.
Well, that was because he planned to take Hubert's money and cut me out of my share.
Oh, you're fibbing, Lolita. You planned the whole thing from the very beginning.
The three of you will follow this officer. We will commence with the fingerprint roll.
Oui, Monsieur l'Inspecteur.
Daddy, I won't let them take you away. You did it for me.
I did it for myself, because you mean so very much to me. Happy New Year. Dearest Sybil.
Happy New Year, Sybil.
Happy New Year, darling. Happy New Year.
Okay, Jack, this is a Monday through Friday quiz. 7 o'clock.
Bonanza.
8 o'clock.
Del Vecchio, City of Angels, Mrs. Colombo, Beretta, or Ellery Queen.
Very good. 9 o'clock.
Kojak.
10.
Ironside.
Bingo.
6:30.
6:30. Oh, yeah, right. Jackpot bingo. And bingo, you passed the quiz.